Hi everyone, so we are Cyber Guardians, and today we'll be presenting a video topic as part of our UCS422 Cybersecurity Awareness Campaign. So the title is Understanding Data Breaches and How to Prevent Them. So, in today's digital world, data is one of the most valuable assets for any organization, but with that values come risk, the risk of it falling into the wrong hands. In this presentation, we will define what a data breach is, explore how it happens, analyze real-world cases, and share steps that we can take to prevent it, especially in HR departments. So let's begin. So what is a data breach? A data breach is a security incident where unauthorized individuals gain access to sensitive, confidential, or protected information. So these individuals may steal or leak this data, often for financial or malicious reasons. So the most commonly breached data types, example, P2, like names, IC numbers, and addresses, financial records, login credentials, and medical information. So now, why is this especially important for HR? Because HR departments store large volumes of sensitive employee information, from salary to health records. A breach in HR can result in identity theft, legal action, and a damaged reputation for the organization. So, how do data breaches happen? Alright, so data breaches can happen in many ways. Some of the most common, like the first one, is phishing emails, where the attackers trick users into giving away passwords. And then number two is hacking, where exploiting security flaws in systems. And then number three is malware, where harmful software like ransomware can log or steal data. And then number four is insider threats, where employees leaking data either intentionally or by mistake. And then number five is lost or stolen devices like unencrypted laptops or USBs. And then number six is unsecured public Wi-Fi that can be used by attackers to intercept communications. Alright, so think of your data like a vault. Hackers can try to find any way in email scams, broken locks, or even someone accidentally leaving the door open. So next is high profile case study. There are two real world example of major data breaches, which is the first one is Equifax in 2017, where 147 million people's personal data was exposed due to a missed software patch. So the company had to pay over 700 million in settlement fees. Alright, number two is Facebook in 2019. Over 500 million users had their phone numbers exposed. So this happened because of a misconfigured cloud database, where a simple mistake with massive consequences. So these examples show that even tech giants with large security teams are vulnerable and highlight the importance of continuous monitoring and awareness.
What are the consequences of data breaches? There are at least 4 consequences. They are legal. There are penalties taken under laws like GDPR, PDPA, and local privacy acts, and it is mandatory notification within a specific time frame. This means the class action lawsuit from affected parties. Secondly, financial. There are direct and indirect costs. Example for direct costs, IT recovery, forensic audits, legal counsels. An example for indirect costs is ransom demands, compensating victims, and penalties. Thirdly, reputational damage, such as loss of trust from the client, staff, and the public. This will make a huge drop in customer retention and brand value. And lastly, operational, which will disrupt workflows and reduce productivity. This will temporarily or permanently shut down or affect the system. Next, let's see how to detect a breach. The common warning signs are unusual file permission changes, suspicious login patterns, example from foreign IPs, unexplained system slowness, complaints from users receiving phishing emails, and locked or encrypted files. These are ransomware behavior. And the tools to detect if there are breaches in systems are Intrusion Detection System, IDS, to monitor network traffic or malicious activity, security information and event management (SIEM) that collects and analyzes logs in real time, and lastly, endpoint detection and response (EDR) detects suspicious activity on user device. Early detection reduces the damage significantly. Incident response. What we're going to do during a breach, we'll look into it step by step. First, identify and contain the breach immediately. Second, notify IT or security team and begin internal investigation. Third, isolate affected system to prevent further spread. Fourth, preserve logs and evidence for legal and forensic review. Fifth, communicate with top management and legal authorities. And sixth, inform affected individuals such as required by law. HR role, act as a communication bridge between departments, provide incident support and protect affected employee data, and lastly, ensure policy compliance and help with breach reporting.
This is saying we have all heard before, prevention is better than cure. And when it comes to cybersecurity, this couldn't be more true. Cyber threats are constantly evolving, and while organizations can invest in advanced tools and systems, the first and most important line of defense is the employee. Practicing good cyber hygiene on a daily basis can help stop threats before they even begin. Here are some essential habits every employee should follow. First is use strong and unique password for every account. Avoid using common passwords like 123456 or password. A password manager can help you generate and remember complex passwords securely. Second is enable multi-factor authentication, which is MFA, wherever possible. This adds an extra layer of protection, especially if your password is ever compromised. Third is always lock your devices such as laptops, desktop or even mobile phones when you step away. This simple step can prevent unauthorized access even in the office. Next is avoid using public Wi-Fi for work unless you are connected through a secure virtual private web network or VPN. Public networks are often not encrypted and can be easily exploited by cyber criminals. Next is stay alert for suspicious emails or links. Phishing attacks often come disguised as legitimate message. If it seems too good to be true or ask for sensitive information, double check before clicking. Next is participate in regular cybersecurity awareness training. These sessions are not just a box to check, they help keep you up to date with the latest scams and how to avoid them. Think of cyber hygiene the same way you think of personal hygiene. Just like washing your hands prevents illness, taking small security steps daily can prevent major cyber disasters. It's about building habits that protect not just you, but the whole organization. In any organization, cybersecurity is a shared responsibility. It's not just the IT department's job, it is everyone's job, including HR and each employee. Let's start with HR. The Human Resources Department plays a crucial role in safeguarding sensitive data. Why? Because they handle, first, employee personal records such as identification documents, banking details, and medical history. If leaked, this data can be used for identity theft or fraud. Next is access permissions. It is deciding who gets access to what system, files, or databases. Setting the right permission helps limit exposure and reduce risk. Next is organizing cybersecurity training. It is making sure that all employees are educated about common threats and how to respond to them. But HR can't do this alone. Each employee must take responsibility for, first, following cybersecurity policies set by the company. These rules exist for a reason, to protect our system and information. Second, reporting any suspicious activity immediately, whether it's a strange email, a malfunctioning device, or someone accessing areas they shouldn't. Speaking out early can prevent small issues from becoming a big breach. Next is practicing safe digital behavior, like not sharing passwords, being mindful of what we download, and treating data with care. When HR and employees work together, we foster a security-first culture. This culture doesn't just rely on technology, it relies on people making smart, safe decisions every day. And the more we reinforce that culture, the harder it becomes for any hacker to break in. As we come to the end of our session, let's take a moment to reflect on what we have learned today. Data breaches are real and expensive. They don't just result in financial losses, they damage trust, affect reputation, and in some cases even violate legal regulations. No one is immune. Even global tech giants like Facebook, LinkedIn, or even healthcare institutions have faced major cyber attacks. So imagine how vulnerable smaller organizations can be if we are not careful. HR departments are high-risk targets because they manage large volumes of sensitive personal and organizational data. That's why cybersecurity must be a priority in HR operations, from recruitment to resignation. The best defense starts with awareness. Knowing the risks, understanding of our role, and changing our everyday behaviors are the most powerful tools we have. So what can you do? First, be proactive, not reactive. Second, stay alert. Even a tiny red flag can mean something big. Third, report early. Don't wait until it's too late. And always protect what matters most, which is our people, our data, our reputation. Together, we can build a safer digital workplace. One action, one decision, and 1% at a time. Thank you.